regiment that comes here to Fort Niagara in 1774, and they're going to be here until 1785. So if you really know your U.S. history, what happens between 74 and 85?
Independence War.
What's that?
War for Independence.
War for Independence, exactly. That's not to say, though, that they're not fighting at all. The 8th Regiment is especially active early on in the war in the invasion of Canada when the Americans go up to Canada to capture Montreal and Quebec City. They're going to get involved with that. They're going to get involved in a few other minor campaigns. And then for the remainder of the war, really after 1779, what they're doing is they're sending small amounts of soldiers out on raids and incursions being done by natives and loyalists. The 8th Regiment going on these raids, so it can be a little bit confusing as to what regiment a soldier belongs to. And that's why this code is called a regimental, because it contains all the clues you need to know about to find out what regiment I specifically belong to. My bosses don't like when I put holes in customers. So no musket ball today, just gunpowder. I'm going to rip this open with my teeth, just like you see in the movies. Spit that out. I'm going to pour a small amount of powder into the pan. I'm going to close the hammer, cast the weapon about, and pour the rest of the charge down the barrel. Now normally, like I said, we would have a musket ball in this paper tube. So I would leave it in the barrel, ram it down, and that causes the paper to crumple around the musket ball, make it fit tighter, make the weapon a bit more accurate. However, today, there's no musket ball in this paper. So if I ram it down, all that's going to happen when I pull the trigger is it's going to fly out like a bunch of confetti, and the maintenance people will get mad at me. I don't want to do that, so I'm just going to throw it on the ground for now and pick it up later. The next step, though, if I did have a musket ball, would be to pull out my rammer. This is a steel rod I use to push that musket ball from here down to there. Going to take my rammer out, put my rammer back, bring the weapon up to the recover, and now I'm loaded and ready to fire. Now what do you notice about my barrel right now?
Pointing up.
Pointed up in the sky, right. It's high up, everyone can see it. This is for a good reason. Remember, I said we're all in those big long lines and we need to fire at the same time. So my commanding officer sees all the gun barrels high up that flint won't move. But once I'm given the command, make ready, I bring the weapon to full cock. And now the weapon is primed. And that's where that saying to cock a gun comes from. The next command after make ready would be to present. I'm going to take very careful aim at that rebel across the field. And then the third and final command would be to fire. So on the count of 1, 2, 3, 4.